Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so it says that we are live. There we go. And thank you next in the chat says live chat reminder. Thank you next. YouTube live chat reminder. Happy Monday. Thank you next. Linky Tor, speak truth with love. Happy Monday. Is it Monday?
Hey, Lanky Tor. Lanky Tor, what's the matter?
Maybe Linky Tor has the feeling that we have about how what we were just saying. Remember in the olden days,
What, two
like
months ago? Olden
yeah, like
days?
yeah, like a couple months ago when we set this channel up and we tried to pick a day that most people didn't go live and they might need something to watch. And so Monday was the day that everybody was bored, nobody was going live. And ever since we started going live, just coincidentally, everybody is live and everything blowing up on a Monday.
Yeah.
So that's probably what that face is about from the Linkster over here. Hi, Mary
What
Winston.
was it? What was it you said one time about the 24-hour, 7-day a week drama
Yes,
cycle
we have a
now?
20. Yeah. So there was a significant event that happened in the United States that kicked off the 24-hour news cycle. You are now witnessing the 24-hour drama cycle on YouTube, in my opinion. Hi, Sloan.
Hey, Sloan.
I think we have a
Lucky
24.
Lou-hoo.
How lucky Lou. I think we have a 24-hour drama cycle. People will fire up a live at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They got no boundaries on what time they go live. But yeah, there's a
It's
lot of
very
crazy stuff happening.
convenient. It's convenient for the night owls, though, you know?
Yeah, and I am one, so I can appreciate it.
And our
Uh,
stream is convenient for when there's nothing else going on. you can you can watch our stream on the replay.
yeah, exactly. Thank you. Next says you guys did your best trying to pick the best day and letting others have their schedule. Oh, we did. We did. In hopes that this would be um, this would catch on, which it seems like it is. First of all,
Yeah.
we've been getting some shout outs.
Yeah. And we appreciate it because we don't really do a lot of self promotion. Well, Eritrea promotes us on her channel. Thank you, Eritrea. But
Hey, listen, it's not much, okay, but I can do it. So, yeah, it ain't much, I promise. But I try.
I appreciate when people mention us and they just say that we're fair usually, and I hope that we are. I hope that everyone thinks that we're fair because that we
Yes.
really are trying to be fair.
And apologize in advance for the day that we come and piss you off because that's not our intention. On
Hey,
that note,
Blackhearted.
I should probably read the disclaimer. Hey, Blackhearted, welcome in. Oh my goodness. Lucky Lou who says, I am sleeping at 3 a.m. I'm old. Well, we know you're not old, but we're glad that you're getting some rest.
Yeah.
So this has become my portion of the show. Okay. Um, we want to
You're
let you
so
guys
good at it.
not really. Okay, so our disclaimer is that we're not relevant and we know that. We don't have everything figured out. We're just trying to figure out things using logic. We might get it wrong, so disagreement with our views is more than welcome. Also, we're not here to promote channels or spread hate to other channels. Everyone in this chat is free to express their views, and the views of the chat do not necessarily reflect the views of the two people, myself and Speak Truth with Love. Yes. Thank you,
Correct.
Blackhearted. She said this channel is the best. I hope we are fair. That's what we try to be fair. And we want to talk about this conceptually, but sometimes we have to use a name or two. Okay. A YouTube name or two. It happens. It's going to happen this week, girl and boys.
Yeah, I mean, basically, if someone is involved, but they're not really being accused of anything, we use their name. We use discretion when we're going to say a name or not.
Use discretion
Or
on
at
a
least
lot
we
of stuff.
try.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the more discretion, look, sometimes the more discretion you use, the more you have to hold back. But, luckily, I happen to know a very smart lady here, Speak Truth with Love, that knows how to talk about things without, being rude and hateful. Just saying.
I try.
And a little bit more than that because it's very insightful, I find. And I think a lot of people in the community, I'm hoping that what they're saying, I'm going to believe what they said. They said they found it to be fair.
Hey,
So,
Spooky Girl and Michelle.
hey guys, hi Spooky Girl, Michelle. Man, it is hot out there right now. The streets are red hot. The YouTube streets.
Yep. It sure is.
Man alive. I cannot believe my eyeballs. Look at all these eyeballs. Hi, Mary O. All right, so let's get into it.
Yep.
We're going to have more people on the replay than on the live stream, and that's okay because we're going to leave it up.
Yep.
As per usual.
We have streams that you can leave up.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So far.
So our title, No Boundaries Behind the Scenes. A lot of you don't get to know people from YouTube outside of YouTube. But you also see a lot of other people that do. They talk behind the scenes is one way of saying it. And we've even had people in our chat ask us about how to connect with people on Discord. And the basic answer to that is you have to be invited to a Discord. And a lot of Discords are pretty shut down right now because of all of the screenshots from Discord.
I think the life cycle is when people first open up their Discord, they're like, oh my God, I have a community, right? I'm going to invite everybody in. And then they start figuring out like, this person is doing something that I don't agree with. This person might be, you know what I mean? And they start paring them down and lock them down. Yeah.
Well, they're basically afraid of screenshots or recordings from Discord making their way to YouTube and being used for content.
Yeah.
And I've never wanted to discourage people from using Discord because it's something that I enjoy.
Yeah.
But I have to admit that you have to be very, very careful, especially in light of what's been going on the last week. You have to be careful when you're getting to know people from YouTube outside of YouTube in a place like Discord or exchanging phone numbers or emails or whatever.
Where people think that their conversations are private, they're never going to be shared on the internet. Nobody would ever take a screenshot and drag it for 3 weeks for content, right? Or a recording. If I said, hey, I need some help in the Discord, people are just going to come and talk to me and help me, right? And I'm going to be grateful for that, right?
Right.
But not everybody is.
So this past week, we saw a lot of shady looking stuff happening between people on YouTube that speak behind the scenes. And at the beginning of last week, about 6 channels in our community were discussing the Life with Jen Discord debacle, as I call it.
Yeah.
And almost everyone is discussing the Dumpy Dump recordings at the moment and, at the end of last week and currently.
Yep.
And those 2 situations are the inspiration for our title tonight. And I'm going to admit the Life with Jen Discord debacle is
Yeah.
still a confusing story
It
to
is
those
very.
not involved in it.
Mhm.
I've seen so many people in chat saying that they still don't understand the whole thing.
Yeah, same.
But my takeaway from the two controversies this week is that people lack boundaries
Mhm.
and don't have respect for the boundaries of others.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I let Carla and Misdemeanor know in their chat that we were going to talk about the Life with Jen situation,
Mhm.
and they seemed okay with it.
Mm.
I don't know if they're listening because we told them 9:30 and it's actually 10 o'clock, after 10 o'clock. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're tuning in. Hopefully they'll catch it on the replay. But I did let them know that we were going to discuss it. And that's why we're using their name, because I told them that we were going to be really fair.
Yeah.
And I think that we are.
I think
And
so
I'm
too.
not, and we're not going to go into all the details because nobody wants to hear those
No.
details over again. I think we've heard a lot about it.
Yeah, but I mean, from a
Um,
high level that, where people are confused, we can give a short high level of what we're here to
well,
talk about that happened, right?
I just wanted to talk about two aspects of that
Yeah.
situation. In the Life with Jen debacle, Carla and Misdemeanor tried to help Life with Jen
Mhm.
because she had expressed a desire to possibly harm herself.
Mhm.
And from what I understand from listening to Carla and Misdemeanor, they didn't even know her,
Mhm.
but they felt compassion for her.
Yeah.
And they spent several days trying to help her. And I haven't heard anyone give them credit for doing that.
Yeah. I mean,
And
and when you give your time to someone like that, it's a little bit rough, right? Because you don't expect them to use it against you.
right. I think they deserve credit for trying to help her, especially someone that they didn't even know.
Yeah,
And
they felt sympathy for her and compassion, like you said.
I'm pretty sure that's how they ended up in that Discord and in
Yeah.
that situation.
So they would
Was
not have otherwise been there if she wasn't having this issue.
That's my understanding. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But that's how they got hooked up with her because she needed someone to talk to.
Hello, Testicle.
And
Welcome.
um but apparently Life was with Jen was just faking her problem because she
Mhm.
was trying to set them up and get information
Yep.
to give to another creator.
So
I
not
guess to
only
use
is
against them.
so not only is this person saying, "Look, I feel like I'm in a bad spot. I need help. Will you come and talk to me in a Discord?" And then taking up the time of the two people, Misdemeanor and Carla, that want to help out this lady, right? But
Mhm.
she also did it under the guise of wanting to get information for someone in the community that doesn't have anybody's but their own best interest at heart. My opinion, sorry, I'm just saying. They were there to
Yeah.
get information, or she was there to get information out of them. So she set them up. That's a
Yeah, she
lot
was
of planning.
um I I don't know at what point the creator started trying to use Life with Jen to get
Yeah, good
information.
point. Good point.
Yeah, I don't know at what point that happened, but eventually that was the deal.
You know what? That's a
And
very good point because it could have been like, oh, they talked and oh, you're in a Discord with them. Like it could have been a side thing, right?
mhm.
Okay.
But apparently Life with Jen was not really having the issues that she was
Mhm.
my understanding is she really wasn't having the issues that she was portraying to Carla in Misdemeanor.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we all have issues in our real life that
Yeah.
we are dealing with,
Right.
every single one of us. And we come to YouTube for entertainment and fun and sometimes friendship behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But we don't come here for stress because we all have stress in our lives and we don't need more.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people from YouTube that will use your compassion for others to get attention from you. And it can be very stressful.
Mm-hmm. And
It
we
look
see it happen a lot, actually, unfortunately.
if someone needs a quick pep talk or some quick advice, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you are probably not a psychologist.
No, never
And
was,
you
never want to be. Thank
and
goodness.
you probably don't need more stress in your life.
No, I need a
So
psychologist, girl. I need a therapist in my life.
so I would
Mm.
insist that someone that has a serious ongoing issue to respect my personal boundaries of
Mm-hmm.
not adding to my stress and go get help from someone that they know in real life.
Yeah, you're in-person support system. And if you don't have that, now with the Rona, we have telemedicine. There are free numbers we can call, and it might not be enough, but it's going to be way better.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the end of the day, this is
Well,
pretty
and
deep, though.
besides the fact that it's not respecting personal boundaries,
Yeah, I'm an idiot. You
they
don't need me.
they may be trying to scam you, as in the case of
Oh,
Life with Jen scamming Carla and Misdemeanor. So she lacks boundaries as far as what she's willing to do to
yes.
people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad if you say, "I just want you to come in here and talk to me because I'm upset and I need," it was a serious threat, right? That she made basically.
It sounded
Um
like it, yes.
and then yeah, I mean, they're nice and then she uses the
Hey, Alice
information
Nurse.
against them. Hey, Alice Nurse,
Yeah.
what's up?
Yeah, I mean, here they showed compassion for her, and then she turns around and helps a creator to get access to, their private
Private,
conversations.
yeah.
That's sad.
Wasn't some of the stuff made up too? Like, I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you. I did watch some of the videos of, what do you call it? The screen recordings from that
Yeah.
Discord, and I
Yeah.
didn't see any doxing. I didn't
Right.
see anything bad happening in there at all.
Yeah. Mm, mm,
So
mm.
then the other boundary issue in the Life with Jen debacle is that the fact that there was a creator using Life with Jen to get
Mm.
info from the Discord. And is that how creators get content for their channels nowadays? Like, is there any boundaries for what a creator is willing to do to get content?
Yes, absolutely. Depending on the creator. Hello, Jen Von Welcome in. Absolutely, there should be boundaries for that, in my opinion. I think so. There's times when I want to go live. I don't have anything to talk about. So what do? I go talk to the people who come in. I think a lot of people do that. People will get upset and they'll fire up a live. They'll be extra happy about something that happened and they'll go fire up a live. I think there's a million reasons why you could fire up a live. So absolutely there should be boundaries. Mario says, or emotionally scamming people with dying at any time. Yeah, we've seen quite a bit of
Yeah.
that too lately.
But in this case, a creator worked with a Discord owner to scam an entire Discord. And to me, that crosses a boundary of decent ways to get content.
Mhm. It does, because you're invading somebody. That's the other thing. I have said to people that I both like and don't like. I mean, publicly, they know, whether I hang out with them or not. But I mean, whether I like somebody or not, like, let's say that there's somebody I really don't like and they have a Discord. Um, I've said to people before that I like, that I didn't think, and publicly, that I don't think it's cool to share that person's the person I don't like's Discord. And
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody else do it. I know it did happen. Um, you know, Look, hey, we were part of the Discord that was shared.
Hmm.
So I know it has happened, but I wouldn't want to see it happen to anybody, whether I like them or not, because I think that it's very invasive and it's just gross, you know? I mean, unless you're exposing a crime or a criminal act, that sort of thing, where people can be harmed, you're just being nosy and just you can't stand not knowing. And yes, looking for content. In my opinion, I think looking for content. And I
Yeah.
mean, if that's what you do, people are going to come to know you as the creator that infiltrates other people's private conversations for content. Period.
Yeah.
I don't have to live with that reputation. Other people might. So yeah, I think there are boundaries because I don't want to have that reputation. But other people would disagree with you, I think.
Hey, Mildly Sunny.
Yeah, because it's obvious. I mean, oh, by the way, you're in that Discord. Oh, can you get me the 411 on whatever? I need you to record it. Okay. Who knows what was said? But yeah, I don't think there are many boundaries there.
So that's the life with Jen stuff, and I don't really think. I'm hoping that that situation will go away.
Mhm.
I almost hate to bring it up, but I do think that it is a good example of a boundary issue.
But I mean, and in fairness, um, you know, look, they were trying to be nice. So someone else that comes along that genuinely may need some compassion now from Carla and um, is it misdemeanor? It's misdemeanor,
Hmm.
right? So
Right.
somebody in the future who needs help from Carla and misdemeanor, they might have to side eye a person. Uh,
Yeah.
and it does start to make people in the community not trust the community as a whole. Like it starts making you think, like someone said, scamming, saying I might not be around that much longer. That is an emotional scam. I'm sorry, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. And Misdemeanor said that. She said that her circle is even smaller now, and she is going to have a hard time
Mhm.
wanting to reach out to someone like that because she doesn't want to be set up.
Mhm. Yep. Testicle says your reputation is your business card. Some people who run their channel like a business should know this. I would say you're right. Testicle. Mildly Sunny is really interested in knowing what we were talking about tonight. Well, we were bringing up the first thing we've already talked about is the fact that people seem to have no boundaries behind the scenes with the Life with Jen and Discord with Carla and company, Carla and Misdemeanor. So we've kind of already gone halfway through that. We've gotten through that one. Spooky
Yeah.
Girl says unspoken rules of YouTube: don't piss and moan after you donate. Don't say anything you wouldn't say to someone's face, and keep your circle small. Don't drink the purple Kool-Aid. Oh my goodness. Shame on you. Got me to say that, girl. That's from my channel. Sorry. Yeah, but those are good. Those are good rules to live by. Just my opinion. Hi, Potty Mouth Mama. Also
So
some.
yeah, so then the other situation that we were going to talk about is the dumpy dump
Oh,
recordings.
good God. I mean, sweet baby, mother of all things holy. My
Listen,
goodness.
everybody else is talking about it.
It
So,
is unbelievable.
yeah,
It's just,
it's something.
oh my God. I'm sorry, but there have only been a couple times where I felt like pressing the button and saying, "Oh my God, you guys, I have to talk about this." One of them
Yeah,
was related to a cop collar, and the other one was this because I couldn't believe my ears. I
yeah.
could not believe my ears. But this time, last time I fired up the live. This time I held back because I knew that these things were going to probably be circulating for some time. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of those recordings, I couldn't understand them.
Yeah, the audio quality was not the best for one thing.
Yeah.
And then Dumpy Dump is a word salad
Oh,
person.
yes. And
Um,
explain to everybody what word salad means because we did run into a lady last night that didn't know what the term meant.
it's basically someone, and I should Google this really quick, but it's someone that talks in circles. They never give a straight answer to a question, and they're very verbose, just spitting out all this information, and there's no clear point to it.
Yep.
How's that definition? Is
That's
that a good
perfect.
definition?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is. Hi, Andy Cruz. Welcome in. Yeah, no, that's perfect. They're verbose. They use a lot of words. They talk a lot and they never say anything really. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, so that's Dumpy Dump for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that situation, there are again some boundary issues going on.
Mm-hmm.
And the first boundary issue that stuck out to me was that Dumpy Dump went to two creators
Mm-hmm.
to try to
Mm.
hurt, huh?
I just can't believe it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Go
She
ahead.
went to two creators to try to hurt Molly Golightly that
Yep.
she had recently been friends with
Yeah.
and known since she was a child.
Forever.
And anyone that comes to you because they're feeling vindictive about their former friend, they are going to screw you over, get you in trouble because, in my opinion, they lack boundaries of decency. Okay.
It is unbelievable.
Because you're not, just because you're not friends with someone anymore, it doesn't mean that it's normal to turn
Mm-hmm.
around and try to hurt
And go
them.
to their enemies, their perceived enemies, their online enemies.
Yeah.
It does not make any sense to me at all. Just like saying, I think it's okay for you to take things out of Discord because I don't like that person. No, it's okay for this person to have CPS at their house because I don't like them. No, are they harming their child? No, then no. No, 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 no. Stop it. I mean, I don't, one thing doesn't mean, I don't know. It's just nuts, man. So this chick is, okay. First of all, my first red flag is, okay, let's say Mildly Sunny gets in a huge argument with their best friend on YouTube and comes to me with some drama. I'm going to be like, wait a minute. Why are you telling me?
Right.
I'm going to be like, why are you telling me? I met you 2
Yeah.
minutes ago or whatever. Although that's not really true of Mildly Sunny, but you know
Well,
what I mean?
one of the creators said that thought crossed her mind.
Okay.
She said, why is this person telling me this? But they continued to talk to her. And
Mm-hmm.
they should have known that this person lacks boundaries. So you run away from people like that. And
Thank you,
my
Next. Also gave you a
advice,
definition, by the way, in case anybody needs it. It's on the screen. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
okay. Um, my advice to the two creators that Dumpy Dump went to is this: don't mess with people that do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
People that try to hurt an ex-friend, even if it's an ex-friend, don't mess with people like that. Run away.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting because I think time will show you who learns their lessons well. I think over time, these two will show you who learns their lessons well and who doesn't. And I think that, it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully not too many more people need to be actually like real life messed with for people to get the picture. But
Mm-hmm.
it just seems like it's gonna become adamantly clear. Because let's just face it, there are people out there that want to harm their enemies. They
Yeah.
don't just want to talk trash about them on the internet. They want to cause a problem in their life, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
that was
obviously.
her goal. That was Dumpy
Yeah.
Dump's goal. It
Yep.
was to hurt Molly Golightly. In my opinion, from what I could tell from the screenshots that were shared and the recordings, her goal
Mhm.
was to hurt Molly Golightly and other people, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Hey, Kamala, welcome in. Sorry if I missed anybody. Hi, boss lady says red flag. I agree. I agree. Kamala says the enemy of my enemy is my new BFF. So none of the three involved even started with clean hands. Hi, y'all. Goodness.
Lucky Lou Who says that jealousy is the motive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, or envy. Yep, I agree. So, so then there was a second boundary issue in
Mm-hmm.
this Dumpy Dump thing.
So this week it's all boundaries, you guys.
um, Dumpy Dump wanted to give the two YouTube creators personal info about Molly Golightly.
What does that mean, personal info?
I'm going to get into that.
Oh, okay.
Most of us don't think it's okay for people to share our personal info with others, right?
Right.
And I don't think that the two YouTube creators being fed that information would like it if their ex-friends shared their personal info.
Mm-hmm.
But from the recordings, it sounded like personal info, not information about what Molly Golightly does on YouTube. It sounded like personal information. I wish I would have taken notes, but one thing I remember hearing was Dumpy Dump talking about Molly Golightly's husband,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just gross.
And that was on the phone call because
Yeah,
Dumpy
that
Dump wasn't on a channel or anything, but it did get played on the
right. It
got
was
played on these streams.
on the recordings. And at that point, when it was clear that she wants to talk about personal stuff, not just YouTube behavior, but when you're talking about somebody's family, at that point, it should have been clear that she goes real life because she was a real life friend giving
Yeah.
personal info. And that crosses the boundary of not going real life, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion.
Yeah, because she comes from a place of knowing, right? And whatever connection they still maintain, um, you know, on be it Facebook or whatever, uh, you know, then she has this tool. She can be weaponized to be used against Molly Golightly because she knows her. And she's sharing information, but not only that, didn't she also say private things about someone else's family on a recorded call?
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to jump ahead. But I mean, it seems like it doesn't matter. because she just wants to talk about. You know what? There's a weird thing that does happen sometimes, and it always tips me off that someone is bad news. And it's a little tip from me to you. When somebody has too much information, when somebody is too committed to an outcome, when somebody is too excited, almost like drooling over a situation, to me, those are red flags. That tells me that person there's something wrong. And I'm not saying wrong with them as a human being, but
Their intentions.
they don't fit into what my goals are for YouTube, because my goals for YouTube are not to be seething on somebody else's pain. They're just not. Yeah, their intentions seem crazy.
Sarah 88 makes a good point. She says, is she really knowing or making it up as she goes along?
Yeah.
You know, like,
But the thing is she? Because if I come to you, right, it's up to you to determine that, because you don't know. I come to you and I
right.
say, listen, me and Sarah 88, we have been friends since grade school, girl, and I can prove it. Here's this and this and this and this. And then you have to decide, do I believe her or not? And then from there, do you believe me, everything I say, or not? I don't know. It's up to you to use discernment in order to decide if the person comes from a place of knowing or if they're just making it up. And I am usually the person going, this is BS. I don't believe it. So yeah, it's I usually don't believe it.
So, some people in the chat are already bringing up my next point about the third boundary issue
Mm,
that I noticed in the Dumpy Dump recordings. So most people know that eventually Dumpy Dump called CPS on Brian St. John.
yep.
And before Dumpy Dump ever called CPS on Brian St. John with false accusations of a sexual nature, she expressed her desires to go real life on him in those recordings before she ever did the CPS call. She used words like get him evicted,
Yeah.
get charges against him,
Yeah.
get his wife to kick him out. That is when Dumpy Dump should have been cut off right then, because that shows a complete lack of boundaries and a lack of care for his wife and his children.
And she didn't only use 2 creators to do that. She used other people that are not even in this community to do that kind of shit. And
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
that's a good point.
wow. I mean, I could not believe this girl sat behind the scenes doing this, right? And then the 2 creators that she was feeding stuff to had to go and, like, rustle it up with this other dude and try to get things calmed down. And it was like a little too late at that point, right? Because the call had already been made. Brian had already found a note on his door. He was already having to move. Lots of problems.
Yeah. And look, I am trying my best to be fair and to express what my understanding was from the recordings. So I hope I'm not getting any of this wrong. I did pay close attention.
Yeah, you did.
You
really did.
I listened to the recording about getting Brian evicted and getting charges on him and blah, blah. I listened to that on Brian's channel.
Yeah.
And I was just really disturbed by it. If if I have any of this wrong, say it in the chat, leave it in a comment. Because, like we say in our disclaimer, sometimes we are going to get it wrong
Yeah.
because these stories
Oh
or
my gosh.
whatever, the timelines and everything, it gets
It
confusing for
gets
the
very
people.
complicated.
Yeah, for the people that aren't involved,
Yeah,
it's hard to follow.
it is. Sarah 88 says, and a call happened to Laura with similar accusations and the use of Nicole's name. Then the call against Brian makes one say, Then the call against Brian. So basically, yeah, I mean, they were both in a similar nature, you know. They both had a reference to sexual problems, or sexual abuse, which I'm sorry, that's completely uncalled for.
Yeah, it's so disgusting. Hey, Ancy, thanks for lurking tonight.
Yes, thank you, Nancy. Yeah, I mean, how many? Okay, so Camilla says, how many convos occurred between the three of them, planning to take BSJ down before TM turned on the recorder? Could the first live MM did to show a clean? I don't know. You know what? You can let your conspiratorial tinfoil hat run wild, girl. I have absolutely no idea why or what, because I can't understand taking anybody seriously who comes to me after they know somebody their whole life and says, I want to be your friend now, but I've known her forever. Please. Hey, Clary, what's up?
Hey, Clary.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot imagine taking the person seriously. But that's just me. I wasn't in the situation, so I'm not judging them for believing her. Um, but I would like to think that I wouldn't fall for it. I'd like to think I wouldn't fall for it. But,
Yeah,
I also, you know what the other thing is though? I don't give too much of a crap what people want to do behind the scenes. They want to talk, they want to say negative things, and I'm just going to say there are people in the community that are dedicated to make sure if somebody is talking about them, they know about it. Not only on YouTube, but if people are having private discussions about them off YouTube. And I personally find that to be too much because people can say whatever they want, wherever they want. You know what I mean? When it comes to that, I'm not talking about doxing and planning, a horrible crime to be committed, things like that. I'm talking about just talking crap. Like, oh, her
yeah. I
hair is
mean,
ugly. Or,
if someone on YouTube decided that they hated me, which I don't think has happened yet.
not that you know of, because
Not that
nobody has
I
ripped it
know
out of a Discord.
of. But if someone came to me and was like, let me tell you some stuff about them, there is
Mm.
no, especially a stranger, I could not care less. I mean, I really don't want to know.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that you and I, our level of caring about
I
what is
know. We
said and
suck.
about us, we just,
Yeah,
our
we
level's
suck.
really low. It's really, really low.
Yeah, I know. Did we talk about this? We did. We talked about this on another stream.
Yeah,
Why do you
yeah, we
care so
did.
much? It's like sometimes I have to make myself give a rip. And you know what? I think sometimes that's what happens with these people. Like Brian is a little bit rough, right? So he
Mm-hmm.
has pretty thick skin a lot of the time. I'm just going to say this a lot of the time. Of course, he's not perfect, whatever. And I'm not defending him or putting him down or anything. But I'm saying that, sometimes a lot of crap gets thrown on him. He has a pretty thick skin and other times he doesn't. Um,
Right.
but at the same time, like, and we all know that people will say, if you have a channel, somebody's going to say something bad about you. Oh,
Yes.
I don't like this about her. I don't like that. Or she's such a this or he's such a that. Like, for the
As
most
soon
part, people don't care about that too much.
as soon as you open your mouth and express an opinion, there are going to be people that don't like you.
Yeah. Hopefully. Because if there are people that don't like you, that means that somebody's you're getting the word out that you exist, right? Because that's just the way it is. That's the way life is. Correct me if I'm wrong, says K Mello, but haven't they only talked about her on the DL for a week at Mildly Sunny? Oh, okay. That was for Mildly Sunny. Okay, so
Yes.
Mildly Sunny brings up a good point and says also, why did the two creators follow up with BSJ's police department? That's very strange. It is, isn't it?
Yeah, that was concerning to me very much.
Yeah, and that's totally up to that police department and Brian to worry about at this point. But yeah, I mean, it's it's a great question, Mildly Sunny, as usual. A
Yeah, I
great
mean, to
question.
have information about the situation
Yeah.
and then call a police department to get more information,
Yeah.
especially if you don't divulge to the police department
That you
that
have
you
information.
have information, you know, that's you really should not do that. Don't
Yeah.
call a police department unless you're going to be completely honest with them about everything that you
Mhm.
know. Everything that you know about that situation.
And
And I
why
don't
should you
know.
tell the police everything that you know about the situation if you're contacting them? Why?
You can probably be charged with obstruction.
Right. They don't like
Um,
it.
and let me say this, I don't know if they did or not. Okay, I don't
Mhm.
know what all they said to the police department, but
Yeah.
I don't remember them saying, you know, that they told them all this stuff that we just learned this past week. So let me put that disclaimer on that.
Yeah.
We weren't there. We didn't
We don't
hear the
know.
conversation with the police department.
Mhm.
But I don't remember them, you know, when they were describing their conversation with the police department, I don't remember them talking about what we've learned recently.
Right. It was a different conversation,
So,
allegedly.
like, let's say that I make the bad decision of talking to the recent ex friend of someone that doesn't like me. The
The recent ex-friend
moment,
of somebody that doesn't like you. Okay.
right, the moment they talked about going real life on someone, I would have said, listen, I am
It's already
done.
bad.
I am done talking with you. You better not go real life on Brian. And if you do,
I'm
I will
letting it out.
tell the authorities about
Yes.
your involvement. And I'm getting in touch with Brian immediately to
Mhm.
warn him about you. That's what
Yep.
I would have done. And maybe, just maybe, Dumpy Dump would have never called CPS on Brian. So standing against Dumpy Dump's lack of boundaries could have kept Brian's children from being traumatized.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it possible that they had no idea that this person was serious? I mean, that's a possibility,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Ansi says, I've heard that criminals often return to the scene of the crime. Fire starters, arsonists can often be seen at the fire. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Mildly Sunny. Mildly Sunny says, I cannot imagine in a million years calling the police department about a case from YouTube. I can't either. But you know what? That's us, right? What the hell? Allegedly for
Maybe.
entertainment purposes only, says Boss Lady.
Yeah, maybe we're just
Unbelievable.
weird, Eritrea. Maybe there's something wrong with us.
Maybe. No, we're totally weird because look, I have a hard time following like today with all the screenshots and stuff. And I'm like reading this and I was like, oh, okay. Well, and then this live now, obviously, there's going to be more screenshots because they said there's going to be more screenshots and there aren't more screenshots. And I'm like, Wait a minute. Did I miss something? No, I didn't. There weren't more screenshots. And so I was trying to, at that point in time in the day, I'm like, I was trying to convince myself that I'm the crazy one. A lot of the stuff just doesn't make sense to me most of the time. It's very hard to follow. Sarah 88 says, "Oh, that makes me so mad. They must have been confused and scared." She's talking about Brian's children. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That just makes me wanna it just makes me wanna
And in
cry.
fairness, I did hear on the phone call made into the third party who's not part of the community, people pleading with him to stop it, you know, and not allow those things to happen. But I don't know. It seems like the call had already been made because they had already been to leave a note on his door or whatever. And then you had people doubting him as well, right? People saying
Yeah.
they didn't even know if it was really true. Well,
Yeah. And we have talked about that it's okay to doubt people on YouTube.
sure.
You don't know these people. You can't verify what they say half the time. If you have doubts, you can have doubts, but you don't have to express them publicly
Yeah.
if you don't know. Brian, we just finished talking about you for a while, so you might want to rewind.
Sorry. Thank you. Next just said, but they said they did it to prove the call really happened, I think. Or do I have that wrong? Did they say why they called the police department? Do we remember? Do you remember?
Yes, she is correct about that.
Okay.
But still, you have to tell them
Yeah.
everything that you know if you're going to call about a case.
Yeah, Brian. People need to say everything they know, Brian. They need to say everything, Brian. You have no clue what's going on at all. Good for you, Clary. That's good. I forgot for a minute. I was lurking, says Aunt C. Shh, to my brain. Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff you don't want to know. Yeah, I mean, if they did do it just to prove that there was a call, it's again, I'm sorry. I just look, this is my opinion and my opinion alone, okay? Some people can't stand not knowing things. Why do you
Yeah.
have to know every freaking thing? Who cares? If Brian made up a lie that a CPS call was made to him, eventually you're going to find out about it. People who are faking calls right now, it's coming out of the woodwork. It comes
Yeah.
out. The truth always comes out. I heard somebody once tell me that lies take the elevator, but the truth will always get there. It just takes the stairs sometimes.
Molly Go Lightly, we also just finished talking about you quite a bit, so you might want to rewind.
Yeah, I mean, we also opened up this live stream by saying, hey, remember a long time ago, 2 months ago, when nobody went live on a Monday night?
And we were like, Mondays would be a good night because
Mm-hmm.
Mondays are so boring around here.
Yeah, I know, right?
That is a thing of the past.
I know nothing. You know nothing. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, yeah, you guys will, I hope you guys will catch the replay because we did talk about, and I mean, other than the chat, thank goodness for Speak Truths with Love here because she found a way for it to be available rather immediately. We talked about a bit about, just the general overall stuff that's been happening in the community with lack of boundaries. So you guys are going to want to listen to the beginning, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to brag, but this lady over here made some very good points.
Yeah, it's mostly about these two people in the chat. So yeah.
Wow. I'm sorry, Brian. 52 minutes. 52 minutes is nothing to me, but when I was small, 52 minutes was a long time. Remember the last 52 minutes? Remember classes were like 50 something minutes, 50 minutes. You can watch that clock tick down to get out of math class. They Are Not Innocent is a song I've heard recently. I think I like that song, says Ancy. Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of a Michael Jackson song.
Just beat it.
Is it Just Beat It? I can't remember.
No, there's no Michael Jackson song called Just Beat It. It's called Beat It. But what are you talking about? I'm just being an idiot. What are you talking about?
No, you're being a jerk.
I know. Isn't it cool? Nice to meet you.
That's the first time you've ever been a jerk to me.
Oh, I wasn't trying to be. I was just giving you a hard time because I know how much you love it so much.
It's not the first time either. So.
I know. Yeah. Anyway. Hey, it could be worse. Last week, somebody said that I reminded them of sweaty balls. So, hey.
They said that we both reminded them of that. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to deal with that insult too, you know.
Yeah. We're so hurt.
No, we found it very funny, actually. I didn't know that someone with a California accent and someone with a Southern accent could sound like people on NPR, but
I know, right? It was pretty funny. I can't remember who made the comment, but it was pretty funny. And we're not even doing ASMR. So, I mean, yeah. I think that the takeaway on that one is, you know, if somebody comes to you and they say, I've been friends with this person my whole life, and now I hate her so much, that's a red flag. A little bit, right? A little bit of a red flag.
Yeah. The takeaway is to be very careful of people that don't have boundaries and don't respect yours. That's the takeaway for me.
Wait a minute. Who's interested? Well, I guess we'll have to find about that on the other replay. You ladies should do a podcast. What do you think we're doing right now, Lanky Tor? This is it, girl. You're in the show. This is the show. This is the whole show. She's like, you should also do this. This is it, man. I'll tell you what, with the preparation and stuff that goes on, not by me, by the way, but you know, the thinking about it and planning and these sorts of things, you know, this is the show. Thank you, Nexus. Moving forward, I hope people can be more observant to these red flags. I do too, because I'm pretty sure that the people who got involved and hoodwinked by this lady, they don't want to be dragged all over YouTube either. You know, they don't want to have that played on multiple live streams and then have a reaction to a reaction of a reaction from a reaction. You know what I mean? It's so weird. And I know the Rona is driving everybody out of their flipping mind, but god dang. Oh, I mean, like my favorite murderer type stuff. Yeah, I've never been able to do anything serious like that.
Look, coronavirus is not going away anytime soon, so people are going to have to get their act together, okay? This is no longer an excuse.
People, get your shit together.
Okay, so usually
including me, by the way.
Or always at the end.
Yes.
We what?
I was gonna say, oh no, and then I was like, oh yes.
We try to give credit to people that have said something positive or they made a really great point. We try to give them kudos. Once again,
it's so hard. Why is everybody making it so hard for us to find some? Look, all we're looking for, all you have to do is some crap you're supposed to do, like apologize when you're wrong, or not dox somebody in a chat and prove it, or I don't know, you know, don't call 911 on someone you never saw having a crime committed against them. Any of those things could get you a kudos.
It
just
could
some
be
stuff you're supposed to do.
It could be just making a great point. On our first stream, we gave credit to Makeup Mobster because she made the point that vaping on a stream is annoying. And we talked about that in depth.
And you have to keep reminding me of it.
And we gave Eritrea a hard time for being an offender.
And I still get a hard time for that on my own live, in my own channel where nobody alleged, they all pretend they don't care. But if I get a little bit too baked on my own channel and I forget, I still get crap. So I'm being held accountable for the kudos that were given to somebody criticizing a certain behavior that I commit. And I'll take it. I don't mind the feedback. I like it.
Okay, so
Because it makes us all, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say real quick. I
okay,
think it will make us all better channels if we
yeah,
could learn to take feedback, even if it seems critical. So you could get kudos just for taking critical feedback, by the way.
yeah,
I'm hoping one day I'm in line. Anyway. So this week,
yeah. This week, it was tough. Basically, so there was a stream this weekend by Jenny Jen Jen, and it was on the 4th of July. And some people, they didn't have anywhere to go on the 4th of July. And,
or
they
they were
may,
doing their stuff.
yeah, and they may have wanted a nice, chill stream, low drama. I don't think that they talked about any drama on Jenny Jen Jen's 4th of July stream. It was also her birthday stream. Happy birthday.
And
They
they
may
could have
have.
talked drama. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it if they did, but I tuned in and out almost the entire stream.
Yeah,
But it was just
same.
it was nice, and it was so it was just the kind of stream that I could chat in, and Airtree and I both actually typed in that chat, and I haven't.
You did? I know. I was
And
actually giving you crap in the chat, and I don't get to play around in the chat too much.
yeah, I haven't typed in a chat in months because I'm this lurker now.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to give kudos to Jenny Jen Jen for that stream because we enjoyed it and we were able to chat for a change. That doesn't mean that we're gonna start chatting all the time. Well, I can only speak for myself. But it was nice. So thank you, Jenny Jen Jen.
It would be, yeah, and it's always awesome to see someone have a stream where there's a potential for drama, right? But kind of like just reliving some good old days and, reconnecting with people that are a part of the community. And, there's always an opportunity. I'm sorry. I know people often prefer drama, but it's so nice just to have a place where you could just pop in and say hi and not have to get, skewered just for typing in a chat. For sure. Everybody seems to really love Jenny Jen Jen. That's awesome. So, what I want to say, this is like pretty much the end of our show. We have our comments open and we check the comments on a regular basis. It would be awesome if you guys see anything that happens throughout the week, because we should be back Monday, this coming Monday. I hope you're listening, everybody who decided to start going live on Monday nights. Just kidding. We should be back this coming Monday. In the meantime, if you see something going on or you think would be a good topic for the show, right? You could leave it in the comments of this video, a previous video, or if you're too shy because you're just lurking and you don't want people to know what you're thinking or what you care about and you don't want to leave a comment, you can go to the About Me section of this channel and email us at lurkerslogic@gmail.com. I will tell you, if you email anything personally trying to contact me, trying to contact Speak Truth with Love, it will be ignored. Okay? No buts about it. But if you have any content ideas, we will definitely read it and take it into consideration and see if there's something that we can't talk about on, we need you to give us content. Okay? I'm joking. We don't need to, but if there's something that is really you've been thinking about, we would love to address it if we can. Lucky Lou who says, I'm usually a lurker, but I went camping and totally logged off for days over the weekend. It was great.
Good for you, Lucky Lou.
Yeah.
Everybody should take a break.
Outdoorsy time is so important. If you're into that. Yeah, a lot of people do, but not everyone, Lanky Tor. Not everyone. You're good not knowing. Yeah, me too. I find it more enjoyable if I'm not attached to an outcome or a situation. I don't know who's fighting with who. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you have one. Good. Mildly Sunny says, oh, I have one. I'll leave it in the comments when this is over. Perfect. Yeah, I
Thanks,
want to
Molly.
I think we would like to thank everybody for coming, as usual, and for everybody who is typing, lurking, the people who moderate our live streams. Anybody, if you have ideas, please, again, feel free to leave them in the comments because it does help the channel. But if you're shy or you're worried about anybody thinking anything about what you have to say because you're a lurker, feel free to email us. And did you have anything else to add?
Nope.
Okay. On that note, hopefully, on that
Good
note,
night, everybody. Thanks for being
hope-
here.
hopefully we will see you next Monday at 9:30 Eastern. And thank you guys all for coming. I know you guys, there's so much drama. Stay safe out there. Have a good time watching it. And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.